Welcome back everyone. Today we got in this Honda CR-V 2007. This is a petrol version, and in this video I'm going to dive right in and replace some exhaust components. We noticed the exhaust is quite corroded, and with the MOT coming up I don't think it's going to get through. So we have the center silencer section and the front exhaust pipe after the cap going all the way towards the back box, and we got all the gaskets, new bolts. So let's dive right in and get this replaced. Car's jacked up, and here we have what we need to replace. I've decided I'm going to do the drive shaft first because unfortunately the exhaust they've sent me is wrong, so I have to wait a couple of days before I get that section. But I will quickly show you on the exhaust why I'm changing it. So if you look right there, it's all corroded or falling apart. It's a matter of time before that pipe disconnects from the back box and just hangs down. So I don't want that to happen. So hopefully in a couple of days time we'll get that old rusty exhaust out and a new one put in place. Anyway, back to the drive shaft. So this rear right hand drive shaft, zooming again, if you look right there, you will see the inner dust cover is completely perished. So I can take this drive shaft off and just put a new dust cover on there, but I managed to find a brand new drive shaft with 2 years warranty for £60 on eBay. So I don't really want to deal with taking all of this apart and then just splitting the drive shaft, rebuilding it, when I can just change it for £60. So in this video, let's get this one knocked out. So what you need is, you're going to need a 36mm deep hub socket to get this guy off. I've already WD-40'd everything, and this adjustment bolt here also needs to come off, and there's another bolt right here which will also come off. So what I'm trying to do is get those off and have this pulled out, and hopefully that's enough space for us to get this old drive shaft out and the new one back in. So let's go. And that's the drive shaft off. Thought this was going to be difficult, but got very lucky with this one. So what you will need is, you need also 17mm socket to get these two off, and this one which goes there. Make sure you mark it on the inside and put marks on the outside as well, just so you can roughly put it back to where it's supposed to go. I've explained this on previous videos as well. When you do something like this on suspension, you need to do wheel alignment afterwards, but when you mark it and put it back exactly where it was, that will get it roughly in the same place where it was before, and then you should be able to then get the wheel alignment done properly. So I'm not saying marking is enough. I will always say, if you are disturbing anything like this suspension related, always take your car and get the wheel alignment carried out. So here's our old drive shaft, and here's the new one. This is from a company called j&rcbjoints.co.uk. You can find them on eBay. They do very good drive shafts, not just for Hondas, for a lot of other makes as well. So check them out on eBay or their website. I'm not sponsored by them, I'm just giving them a shout out because I've used their products before and they have been fantastic. Also comes with a new hub nut as well. So let's get this one out of the box and we'll get this swapped out. And that's the new drive shaft in. So got everything torqued up, starting off with the 36mm hub nut here. This needs to be at 181 foot-pounds, which is around 245 Newton meters. And this 17mm nut here and this bolt in here are both torqued to 62 foot-pounds, which is around 84 Newton meters. Now this one will be undone again, obviously, when you have the wheel alignment carried out, but for the purpose of this video, I have torqued that one as well. So now, next thing to do, and this is something very, very important. See this little cutout here? Once this is torqued up, you need to get a little punch right here and hammer this section in. So the reason we do that is so if it starts to loosen up, it'll get wedged up in there and it won't loosen up fully. And whenever you're doing your brakes or just inspecting the car, if you've got the tires off, it's always good to check these. I haven't had many come off, but better to be safe than sorry. So let's get this one punched in. I like to put a mark on them as well, that way if anything moves we can have a look. And that's it, that's the drive shaft done. Let's finish this one off. And there we have it, that one's all secure. Just got the normal punch set. Don't have to go crazy, just bend one corner in, try and wedge it up with the edge of that cut out there, and that should be good. So that completes this part of the drive shaft, and put the wheel back on. I'm going to take this for a test drive now, and then we will continue this video in a couple of days time once that exhaust comes in. Let's go. Right, got the car jacked up. We finally received our exhaust. I will show you the new exhaust shortly. So I've got the front section which goes over the front subframe and attaches to the catalytic converter off. Well, my original plan was to remove the 3 of these nuts here, but if you look at them, they're just not there. It's just all rounded off. So I'm not even going to attempt to try and take them off. I managed to find the front section as well, so I've ordered that. I've got that here, and we've just got new nut and bolts to go with that, and then we got the center section as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use this tool here, basically like a vice grip with these blades on it, and you just tighten it up and you just move it forward and back and it will cut the exhaust. It takes a little bit of time, but once that's done I can separate these two, get that from the front, remove it, and then we can crack on with the rest of the work. So let's get going. And that's the front section cut off. A lot easier than I thought. You can also use an angle grinder, but if you look, you don't have that much space, so maybe a saw could do the job as well. And that's the front section cut out. So as you can see with what I did, you don't have to mess around with this, don't waste your time. You can buy that front section, it's about £50 from eBay, comes with the fitting kit as well, so it saves you a lot of trouble and time. So now I'm going to get that removed, and now we can move back and tackle the rest of this. So let's go. I'll show you where this exhaust is corroded at the back as well. Right, so next part is to get this center silencer off. There's 2 rubber mounts here, I've done with a bit of WD-40 to help slide that out, and then we work our way back from there. So let's get this taken off. Okay, at the back of the car now. So this is the reason why I'm changing this exhaust, because there's supposed to be a flange here. It's supposed to look like that, about right here. And as you can see, let me just get under it, get a better view. It's not there. It's all just gone. It's just holding on just by, I think, just the corner here. So yeah, that's the last piece which is holding that on. So this is just waiting to break. So we should be able to use the back box. If not, I'll just get a new one. But this has to go, because I do not want to be driving down the road and this just breaks off. So let's get this off, and then we can remove this front section, the center section I mean, sorry, and then I'll show you the new parts. Let's go. That's the center exhaust and the back box out. So this was the last piece that was holding this on, and the rest of this is all just gone. So as soon as I just got some grips on this and shake it, it just fell apart. So that's good. What I need to do next is get these off. So what I'm going to do is get an angle grinder and just cut the heads off. That way we'll get rid of all of that. And the back box is actually decent. It's got a little bit of surface corrosion on it, but there's no holes or anything, and it is a genuine Honda back box. So just going to give this area a clean up, and I've got all new gaskets and fitting kits, so should be all good to go back. So now let me show you the new parts that we got going into this car. Right, so new parts, this is what we got. So got the new center section, and we also got this front section, which is basically this piece here, because I had to cut it from here. Also got the gasket, and if you move back over here, back box, like I said earlier, we're going to reuse. I cut all these off and cleaned as much as we can over here. Got a little bit more cleaning to do, but that is then ready to go back in. So we have also got, let me just grab all this stuff, new bolt that goes on here, and going back over to this one, got nuts and bolts and a little gasket that goes in between there as well. Also got the front gasket, which looks just like this, to go on the front there. So that's pretty much the exhaust system all complete. So now let's get all this stuff back into the car. And that's the front section. Well, still the center section, but this is where it connects to the front section. So put new nuts and bolts. So now if I ever need to take this off, it's not a struggle. I can just get underneath this, crack these off. I believe this is a 15 nut and a 17 bolt. Now I'm just going to move to the front. I'll show you that front section. And this is the front section here. So all new nuts and bolts. The gasket, I left the original Honda one in there. I inspected it, it's in good condition, so didn't really want to disturb it, left it there. And had to reuse the old springs as well, because the new ones supplied were slightly longer. Also these bolts are slightly longer as well, but it does the job. I could have used the old ones, but out of these two, only one of them has good thread. The other one, this is bad. I can't put this back. So new bolts, and pretty much from here on back until the back box, we got all new gaskets and nuts and bolts and new exhaust. So that's it. Finally, this is done. Now we're ready to go have the MOT test done. And that's the CRV all done. Just finished driving the car. Happy to say, no knocking noises, exhaust is all good. I'm so happy this is done, because I've been worried driving this car, because I just didn't know when that piece was just going to fall off. It never did, but I'm so glad this is done. I don't have to worry about MOT or anything like that now. So the old exhaust, I've already cut that into, I cut another piece of it, this piece here. So I can pop it in the garage for the time being, and then I'm going to take it down to the scrapyard and get rid of it. So we hope this video helps. Oh, before we finish this video, I just want to talk about one more thing. Safety. So when you're talking about working on your car on the floor like I am, you have to be careful. So if you are doing this type of job, any type of job, and you're working on your car on the floor, I will always recommend using some axle stands. On this particular video, it might have looked like I'm not using axle stand, But the reason for that is I had to move almost everywhere under the car. I was at the front, in the middle, at the back. So usually we place the axle stands on the sides here where the jacking points are. But when you're doing a job like what we did today on the exhaust, you can't have an axle stand there because you need to get access through there. So what I did was I jacked the back of the car up, and at the front I put another jack where the subframe is, not to take up the load, but just there, just in case. If my jack was to fail or the car was to come down, that jack was ready there, already in place. And what I did was I put another axle stand at the back, which you couldn't see on camera. That way I had the safety that I needed, and I had the space that I needed to go under the car from the middle and work on the exhaust. And when I was at the back of the car, I put another axle stand to the side of the subframe. It wasn't even touching the subframe, it was just there, just in case. So be safe. I know there's a lot of videos on YouTube and they are very, very helpful, but when you're working on your own car, just be safe and get what you need. Axle stands you can buy from almost anywhere. I got mine from a place called SGS Engineering. They're a very good place. I'll put a link down in the description. If you are watching this video and you are starting out, you want to do some work on your car, but you don't have the right tools or you don't know where to get them from, go to that website, check them out. You can also go to places like Halfords, Eurocar Parts, even Amazon and eBay, you can get them. And always check what the axle stands are rated at. So my ones are capable of holding up to 3 tons. So make sure you double check that. But a car like this, it's not 3 tons, so it should be more than enough. Anyway, now that's out of the way, I want to say thank you to all of our subscribers. Thank you to everyone watching and liking the videos. We really appreciate you. And if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to our channel, as always, we hope you like our videos, and please subscribe to our channel, help this channel grow. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. I'm going to continue working hard, and hopefully we get there one day soon. So we hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you on the next one.